let's reverse it. Oh, how cool is that?
Welcome, Johnny 5 fans, and welcome if you're seeing this video as a direct result of the article in the November-December issue of Robot Magazine. My name's Terry Andrews. My two teammates are Simon Marston and Martin Pinner. There's three of us working on the Johnny 5 project. I hope you enjoyed the Johnny 5 videos. The test runs, no J5 was harmed in any way during the filming. I know some of you get a little bit upset when you see things like this, but the fact of the matter is the test was to see if the redesigns that we've made would hold up to some very extreme use and punishment. If they'll handle that, they'll handle anything, and they'll last a very long time. And the fact of the matter is, the test runs went extremely well. No major components failed. It went real good. We had two minor issues. One was with one of the neck rods, which you can see in the video. This was not knurled, so as a direct result, this came loose during the testing. I will correct that error. The other thing is, this wasn't in any of the clips, I believe, but we have a covering, stainless steel covering that goes over the rear tires. It wasn't attached here at the back, so that covering, during all the crazy maneuvering, actually flopped over to the side and was kind of flopping around a little bit. Again, my fault. So anyhow, the system right now weighs 330 pounds. There's another 50 pounds worth of 12-volt batteries that have to go into it. Right now, there's currently four 35 amp hour 12-volt batteries in there, sealed lead acid, absorbed glass mat type. Those are wired up so we get 24 volts at 70 amp hours. The two S28 mag motors are 24 volt, and in that video they're drawing between 70 and 75 amps under, full acceleration. But the S28 mag motors, which we purchased from Robot Marketplace, are just extremely well-built motors. I mean, they're each 4.5 horsepower, so you've got 9 horsepower total there. The original Robot only had 1.5 horsepower total. It was 2 3/4 horsepower servo motors. Which, if you look at the interview I did with Eric Allard while I was out there documenting the Johnny 5, at one point he actually jokes that he would have liked to have put something larger in there, and he actually says he would have liked to have put chainsaw motors in there. So fortunately, we didn't have to go the chainsaw motor route to get the kind of power that he was, that he wished he could have had back in 1984, 85 when these things were built. But we have an extreme amount of power. The one thing that we did find, we went from the original design as far as the gear reduction, which is a 9-to-1 gear reduction. The Johnny 5's too fast. It clocks out between 10 and 12 miles an hour. It's way too fast for any degree of safety or being able to chase this thing down and hit the kill switch if there's a problem. So what we're going to do, go back to the drawing board, we're going to redesign something, do a redesign so we can get that gear ratio up to like 18 to 1 or 20 to 1. Dramatically slow it down because it doesn't need to be that fast. And we'll increase the low-end torque by doing that. Current draw is actually, to get the thing actually moving on a flat surface, is only like 5 amps. So you're talking 2.5 amps per motor. Very minimal current draw. So under normal operating conditions with the kind of power supply we have in here, this thing will be able to run for hours on the drive systems. I mean, without any problem. Now we are also running the track tip actuators, which are both SKF actuators. They were originally in CAT scan machines. We got some off of eBay, heavily modified them. I mean, cut the things down. Had to reverse the gearbox units because we have a left and a right-handed ones. The motors for them, we had to buy the upgraded motors. The motors for them were $350 each. Same price as the mag motors. So extremely expensive modification there, but well worth it. The track tip actuators are very strong. But you've got the track tip actuators, the drive systems. You have the waste motor, which wasn't demonstrated in the video. Let's see what else. Oh, and the lower torso actuator. Let's see, lower torso go up and down. Those are actually IDC actuators, but there again, very expensive and very time-consuming there. So what we actually had to do, since the original form factor of the actuators is no longer available, we actually had to purchase about 5 separate versions of that actuator, and then kind of do a Vulcan mind meld, taking the Ackerman screw out of one, and modifying, taking the belt drive and gearbox out of another, and then the motor off of another, and then cut things down, and then use the tubes out of yet other actuators that were round instead of the square type, and it just went on and on and on. I think it was actually about a month or so fabrication process to do those 3 actuators. They were very challenging and very expensive, but the end result is pretty darn good. So let me see. Trying to think here. This is only about take 20 for this video. It's very difficult to remember what you said on the last videos, and then on the one you're currently recording. Make sure you don't repeat yourself or anything like that. So anyhow, yeah. The system, I mean, it's right over here. Let me see. Yeah. It held up beautifully. As you can see, there's currently a Robotech controller on there. I think we're going to end up going with something a lot smaller. The Robotech controller is beautiful, and we use Robotech products within the system. But the speed controller is just so far and beyond what we need, what we now know we need, that we think we're going to go with a much smaller speed controller, but possibly a Robotech controller, just not one that can handle 120 amps continuous per channel. It's just so much, it's so overkill, and it is a fairly large unit for the size that we have to, for the area that we have to fit something like that into. But I think we're going to end up going with something smaller. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was fun to do. Like I said, nothing was damaged. I know it seems a bit overkill with the amount of abuse that I put the unit through. But the fact of the matter is, it had to be done. We've invested far too much time and money into this thing for it at some point down the line to fall apart because we missed something. So by doing these rather abusive tests and somewhat unorthodox tests, we now know that this thing is bulletproof. It's just going to last forever. So we're happy with it. We hope you enjoyed the video. And Johnny 5 fans, hey, keep checking back. Robot Magazine fans, email me. The email address is on the website. Questions, comments. And if you don't subscribe to Robot Magazine, you should. I subscribe to it. My teammates subscribe to it. It's a wonderful magazine. All kinds of stuff on robotics. So if this is the kind of stuff you're into, which obviously if you're watching this video you are, subscribe to the magazine. Trust me, it's well worth it. And Well, you'll be kicking yourself if you don't, because there's going to be regular updates on the project as time goes on. So, all right then. It's nice talking to you all, and I hope I give you a little bit of insight into this particular set of video clips with the testing. And I'll see you again soon. All right. Bye for now.